Welcome, everyone. Please take your seats. Let's hear it for Elfrida Jared. Wasn't she amazing? Wow. What a way to start our night. Good evening, everyone. I'm Stacy Deffenbaugh from NBC2, and I am honored to be here tonight and welcome you to our ultimate birthday celebration. You can clap for that, right? Doesn't the room look spectacular? We have a very special evening planned tonight as we celebrate the American Red Cross, the Florida Southern Gulf Coast chapter, and 100 years of excellence and service to Southwest Florida. We would like to ask that all active military, veterans, and first responders please stand right now. Look around the room, folks. Thank you all for your service for our country and our wonderful community here in Southwest Florida. Thank you. I would like to turn your attention now to a video screen so we can learn more about the wonderful work of the Red Cross.
You know, when the phone rings after midnight, that's never a good thing.
About 2 o'clock, we started hearing cries for help, and I opened the door, and the whole parking lot was flooded. People were panicking.
It was pure smoke. I couldn't breathe, and I could hear Sawyer crying.
Standing there watching the house burn, it's amazing how fast your life can change.
We've lost everything we had.
When you're here and you have nothing, it's nice to see people come down and volunteering, helping.
It's a lot of people that didn't know each other that became family through this.
To see her smile, I would do anything. I learned that Tatiana had sickle cell when she was about 2 weeks old.
It means everything to me to see people willing to give their blood. There's people out there willing to take time out of their lives to do that, not knowing who it's going to affect.
The Army is all about service. Service to our nation. Well, the Red Cross is service to our soldiers.
You were there when we needed you. Thank you.
When you help someone in need, they are always grateful. But not all thank yous are spoken. They're felt, they're shaken, they're nodded. True gratitude doesn't come from the lips. It comes from the heart. A heartfelt thank you to all of our supporters. We couldn't do it without you.
If it wasn't for the Red Cross, we wouldn't have a place to go. We wouldn't have the help. I think I would be sitting at the edge of the water and watching it and thinking, please no. Don't take my home.
Good evening. I'm Jamie Anderson, and I am Vice Chair of the Board of your local American Red Cross. And I am here with our amazing board chair, Steve Adamczyk. Tonight's historic evening, and what's going to be a super fun evening, would not be possible without the extraordinary vision of our gala chair, Elizabeth Starr. We want to thank you, Elizabeth, and our entire Centennial Gala Ambassador Committee for your leadership. In addition, we also have a special group of Tiffany Circle donors joining us tonight from Nashville, Miami, Palm Beach, and right here in Naples. These are women who contribute at least $10,000 annually to support the Red Cross, and they follow in the footsteps of a long line of dedicated women who have helped the Red Cross serve the American public in times of both war and peace, in gray skies and blue skies. Would our Tiffany Circle members, gala ambassadors, and our chair please stand to be recognized? Thank you. This centennial celebration reminds us of our long history of service, started in 1881 by Clara Barton and extended to Southwest Florida in 1917. Not many organizations can say that they've served our community, Southwest Florida, for 100 years. Please consider joining our efforts and volunteering with us. Steve.
Thank you, Jamie, and good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Adamczyk. I have the distinct pleasure of serving as the board chair for the Florida Southern Gulf chapter of the American Red Cross. Looking around tonight, it's very clear that we're here to celebrate. Looking back, we have a celebration of 100 years of dedicated service to Southwest Florida. Looking forward, we have the opportunity to be excited, to be encouraged, to prepare for the next 100 years. As the premier emergency response and preparedness organization in the United States, the American Red Cross is always there. Whether it's home fires, wildfires, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, tragedy, the American Red Cross is there with a mission to transfer compassion into action for people who would never thought they would need the American Red Cross, and there they are standing in front of someone with an American Red Cross blanket. In 2017, I don't need to tell any of you that it was an unprecedented year. In 45 days alone, the American Red Cross responded to 6 of the nation's largest and most complex disasters. And in those 45 days, we provided more shelter stays in those 45 days than the previous 4 years combined. Ultimately, the American Red Cross was there. Along this journey with Jamie and myself is a dedicated group of leaders on our board of directors. And so I want to take this opportunity to recognize our board members here tonight. Dr. Harry Alberti, Marie Grassmeyer, Peter McKenna, Tom Messmore, Ron Nordman, Lisa Symington, Connie Weaver, and not with us tonight, Kevin Boyd and Christopher Spiro. And so I would ask our directors to please stand and be recognized for your dedicated leadership. Thank you. My final comments are to thank absolutely the most important part of the American Red Cross, our volunteers. The American Red Cross is 91% volunteer driven, and with over 500 local individuals who serve your community, we are the American Red Cross. Without them, we could not do what we do. So at this time, I'd like to appreciate our volunteers who serve us daily when we need them. I am so excited about tonight, and I hope you are too. So this time I'd like to welcome our Executive Director of the Florida Southern Gulf Chapter, Ms. Jill Palmer.
Thank you so much, Steve and Jamie, for your amazing leadership, for your support, and most importantly, for your friendship. As the Executive Director for the Florida Southern Gulf Chapter of the American Red Cross, serving Lee, Collier, and Hendry Glades, I have the honor of seeing our mission in action in our community every single day. I also have the honor of being a recipient of the American Red Cross as a client. Initially, it was an aid to domestic and overseas relief efforts, and the Red Cross has expanded our services but maintains the mission to alleviate human suffering in the face of disaster through the generosity of our volunteers and our donors. Today, victims of disasters, patients needing life-saving blood, members of the military, and many more turn to the Red Cross. Our mission would not be possible without compassionate donors. While this year brought unprecedented response to large disasters, your Red Cross was here, continuing to respond daily to single and multi-family house fires, install smoke detectors, train individuals in life-saving skills, and support our members of the military. Our supporters are the driving force of our work in the community. that allows us to share our humanitarian efforts because together we can make a difference. I would like to thank tonight our major sponsors, our ambassador sponsors, Elizabeth and Stanley Starr, our hero sponsors, Ron and Bev Nordman, our champions sponsors, Kathleen and Scott Kapnick, our magazine sponsor, Naples Illustrated, as well as our inspiring table hosts and our patron sponsors. Would you all please stand so we can recognize you? Tonight is a time to celebrate the humanitarian spirit that lives within each and every one of us. It is a time to reflect upon the amazing power of volunteers, and it is time to ignite the collective power of giving. Thank you all for helping us celebrate this milestone birthday. Thank you.
Thank you. What an exciting night we have planned. Please enjoy your salads, and we will resume our program shortly. Thank you. We're going to continue with our program tonight. And it is my great honor now to welcome from the American Red Cross, Sherry Brown, who is the President of Humanitarian Services, and Mike Ryan, the Division Fundraising Vice President for the Southeast and the Caribbean Division. Welcome.
Thank you, Stacy. And thank you all for being here tonight as we celebrate 100 years of Red Cross in Southwest Florida. I am very glad to be here, and not just because there is cold weather back in DC, but I'm glad to be here so I can personally thank you for your support of the Red Cross. You are a hero to someone that you may never have met. Every day, we are active in communities across the country. We have a network of over 300,000 volunteers trained and ready to provide hope and comfort in the face of emergencies. Whether it is responding to a house fire across town or mobilizing thousands of volunteers across the country, following a major hurricane like Hurricane Irma, the Red Cross will always be there to prepare, protect, respond, and rebuild. It has always been and always will be the powerful force of volunteers and donors who make this possible. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Mike Ryan, and I'm the Division Fundraising Vice President for the Southeast and Caribbean. And it's my honor to present Melanie Sablehouse with the Clara Barton Award for Excellence. Yeah, let's hear it. For the Southeast and Caribbean Division. Clara Barton, founder of the American Red Cross, was a true pioneer. She was a woman of vision and determination, wanting to make a difference. Her desire to alleviate human suffering outweighed any fears, and she was determined to accomplish what others could not. Melanie embodies these characteristics as well. During her years of service with the Red Cross, Melanie has served as Vice Chair of the National Board, as the Honorary Chair of the Philanthropic Board, and she is most notably co-founding National Chair of the Tiffany Circle, and wait for this. Since the founding in 2007, Tiffany Circle members have raised nearly $100 million. And it doesn't stop there. Just recently helped solidify a national agreement with Duke Realty, and I believe Jim Connor, President and CEO of Duke Realty, is here. Thank you. Melanie has devoted her energy and passion towards supporting many charitable charities and organizations. She has served on numerous boards of directors. Locally, Melanie sports the Tiffany Circle here in Naples, hosts recruitment events throughout the division, and contributes to the local chapter. Regardless of where you might find Melanie, the Red Cross is never far from her heart. I remember this. In September, following the devastating impact that Hurricane Irma left on our community, Melanie again stepped into action. She and her husband Bob deployed from Nantucket to Naples, Melanie served as a shelter volunteer in North Collier Regional Park. Yeah, that's a hard job, right? Rewarding. She helped serve meals, passed out supplies, and provided comfort and compassion to those that have been greatly affected by this local disaster, many of whom would not be able to return home. Tonight, we recognize Melanie's outstanding work by presenting her with the Clara Barton Excellent in Service Award, established to recognize individuals who strive to make a difference in the lives of others through their passion and dedication, just like Clara Barton. Melanie, thank you for your service and your wholehearted devotion to the Red Cross. We are so proud to have you as a member of our community and as a champion of our mission. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I am just a proud volunteer of the greatest humanitarian organization in the world, the Red Cross. But let me thank you, because it's because of you that we're able to deliver the services, your time, your talent, your treasure. And I want you to know something. We deliver 91 cents on every dollar that you invest in the Red Cross goes back to services. So that's really great. One last note, to be the co-founder of the Tiffany Circle and to be with these sensational women, we're walking in Clara Barton's footsteps. And ladies, I love you, all of you. Thank you. Where?
Right here with you.
ladies and gentlemen, if you could make your way to your seats, please. We're going to continue with our evening. How about a round of applause for the Ritz-Carlton and their amazing staff and the food? And we're lucky enough to have the general manager here tonight, and his team has really done an outstanding job. So a big compliments to the chef and the wonderful staff here at the Ritz-Carlton. Everything is lovely, so thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue our program tonight. As we all know, the American people count on the Red Cross, and the Red Cross counts on us, all of us. I ask you now to please turn your attention once again to the video screens. This video focuses on events that have taken place right here in our own backyard. Every 8 seconds, the American Red Cross responds to a disaster, and that disaster may be affecting your neighbor, your family, or even you. Please direct your attention to the screen.
Hopefully you'll never need us, but if you do, we'll be there.
Cold November evening, a week before Thanksgiving. I went to bed thinking about all the things that I had to do. And a couple hours later, my husband woke me up, handed me my phone, and told me to call 911 because our house was on fire. I jumped out of bed in my pajamas and I tried to run to the kitchen to see where the fire was, but it was too hot. And I thought I had to get my children out of that house. Fire trucks started to arrive. And behind those fire trucks was a white car with a big red cross. And 2 volunteers got out of their car that night and came over and gave us comfort and hope and told us it was going to be okay because they were going to be there to help us.
Fire is the #1 disaster Red Cross responds to locally and nationally. Trained volunteers help families find a place to stay and often provide financial assistance for clothing or other urgent needs.
I remember thinking, my husband and I both had jobs, we had resources here in town to help us out. Did we really need the Red Cross? But the Red Cross helps individuals affected by disasters, helps families, large communities. The Red Cross is always there to help those that have a need.
On April 10th, fire broke out at Bear Creek Apartments in North Naples.
The Bear Creek fire was a 3-story building, and that was something that was very intense for everyone because it's not one family, it's families with their children. So while we were there, we had to not only save the structure as much as possible, save the people that were in them, but we had to make sure what was going to happen. That's something that Red Cross comes in and they do for us.
Home fire response is a core piece of our mission that involves helping the firefighters.
We go to every disaster, no matter what's going on, and we have our saviors, which is Red Cross. We're lucky enough that they're there for us. So during a house fire, a family loses everything. And Red Cross comes in and finds them a place to stay for that night, gives them some money so they can go to a store, and it lets them try to be as normal as possible.
The American Red Cross stands ready to assist whenever there's a disaster, but 6 major disasters in 45 days was unprecedented. From Hurricane Harvey to Irma, to Maria, to Nate, the Las Vegas shooting, and the California wildfires, the Red Cross was there.
On Wednesday, September 6th, Irma was a Category 5 north of Puerto Rico with 185-mile-per-hour winds.
We knew when those winds started picking up that the American Red Cross was ready, that we had resources and people in place to help those that were in need, and we couldn't have done that without the generosity of our volunteers.
Sunday morning, Irma tore through the lower Keys at 130 miles per hour. Residents of Marco Island and Naples were warned of a possible storm surge of from 10 to 15 feet. Shelters were filling past capacity.
There was over 1,000 people that showed up on the doorsteps of the Mockley High School that needed shelter before the storm.
It was incredible. Now these are the people that we're serving, and they want to serve us. So we've seen just amazing, I mean, it's just a grateful community. It's a great way to give back.
Shortly following Hurricane Irma, hundreds of emergency response vehicles were deployed from all over the country. 35 of those vehicles came here to Southwest Florida. People know when they see that big white van pull up with a Red Cross on it, that's our service delivery tool to be able to provide resources to those that have a great need in our community.
At the heart of our response to these historic disasters were our volunteers, hundreds of them. who drove our emergency response vehicles from disaster to disaster, bringing food, supplies, and hope.
I came here the weekend after the storm, and there was absolutely nothing, and everyone was walking around aimlessly, and there was no food, no water, no anything. And all of a sudden, this white and red truck came up, and they had water, and they had words of encouragement. They kind of give everybody hope in the darkness, and they're so positive, and they let you talk, and they let you vent, and they're just encouraging and uplifting, and they're just beautiful people.
The American Red Cross isn't a government agency. It's a humanitarian organization led by volunteers, powered by the generosity of donors like you.
Thank you. First thing I have to say is this just an absolutely magnificent tent and venue. Elizabeth Starr, thank you. From the bottom, this is her vision. And you executed beautifully, and we're enjoying it, and we love it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to stand up here. Where's my partner, Rick Gallo? He's our auctioneer, and this gentleman has been a volunteer auctioneer for nonprofits for 25 years. And what his mantra is he—
I'm right here.
Very good.
Thank you.
Get up here. We're the last piece of the program, and then we're going to dance. But not only are we celebrating 100 years, but we have a very big need. Did you see those emergency response vehicles that were outside, and you saw them up here? Well, there it is. What I want you to know is this is the tool of our trade. This is why we are the first responders in the United States of America. People will say, as they've lost everything and they're walking down a street, they look up and they say, I knew you would come. We're there before the disaster. We are ready and able because of our volunteers. And someone said they loved hearing that we deliver 91 cents on every dollar, and it's truly because of all of our volunteers. So here's our need. These trucks are tired. They've had a really busy season. They have been from Harvey, they went to Irma, they went to Las Vegas because of the shootings. Then they went to the wildfires. They've been all over. And I learned something from the gentleman outside. You have to hear this. Superstorm Sandy, 360 emergency response vehicles went to Superstorm Sandy. There were so many to get them back, they put them on trains. But that's why we're able to deliver our services. Okay, here's the need. We need an emergency response vehicle. One of Rick's mantras is that he wants people to know giving is joyful. It should be a joyful experience. Am I right, Rick?
That is absolutely correct.
So we're going to ask you to invest. I'm going to ask you to join me. Invest in an emergency response vehicle, a fleet, and 2 other cars. And how are we going to do it?
We're going to do it by asking for some money. What we need to do first, though, this is the most important piece of paper right now in the house. And they are stacked on your table, so we need everybody to find your bidder number, please. Your name is right on the back of it. So find your bidder number. And once you've found it, if you could hold it up, please, just to make sure that everybody has it. Everybody has a bidder number? I'm not seeing a lot of bidder numbers. Everybody get your bidder number right now.
1 per couple.
Yes,
just
1 per
wave it.
couple.
Exercise.
Raise your bidder numbers, please.
Okay.
Everybody hold them up just for a second now. Hold them up, okay. All right, now everybody in here, if this is an opportunity, shh. You know, how many here have seen me do an auction before, a charity auction? Okay, so the 3 of you that have seen me do it are going to have to tell everybody else how lucky they are that I'm not selling something tonight. What we're doing is we're having you go home with something, but something you take home in your heart, an opportunity to make a straight donation to this wonderful organization. And Melanie, tell them a little more about this ERV.
Okay, this ERV, it's $150,000. That's what that fully equipped, brand new generation ERV costs. Now, I got to tell you a quick story, because when Irma hit, Bob, raise your hand. That's my husband. He was the busboy in my sorority house, and I married him 48 years ago. Anyway, there's the man. So I was in the shelter, and Bob jumped on a nerve. Let me just tell you what happens. You go to the Baptist ministry. The trucks are lined up. They're cooking the food. The food is brought in. There are 35 herbs surrounding the trucks. They're loading the trucks. Bob jumps on a Baltimore truck. They drove from Baltimore, all the way from Baltimore. But here's the key. They'd been doing this for 20 years. They weren't married. Bob said they acted like they were married, but they weren't married. But the bottom line is they did this because they wanted to make a difference. So Bob went out to Immokalee with his truck, and here's the bottom line. People came running out. They had nothing. They had no water, no heat. They had no electricity. They had no food. So the bottom line is when that truck came up, that was their meal. And Bob said as the line was getting shorter and shorter, they said, we've run out of food. And these little girls were standing there looking at him. He said, I'm sorry, I don't have anything left. We came home that night and we talked about our stories, and here's what Bob said. He said, this has changed my life. So it's really important. I just want you to realize that. So here's what we're going to do, and this may sound absolutely wild, but here's what I'd like to do.
I love this.
Okay. That truck costs $185,000, fully equipped, loaded, next generations, $150,000. Would you like to have your name on it? Would you like to brand it with your company's name? Would you like to brand it with your family's name? Would you like to have a syndicate of 20 of you? That asset goes all over the United States. It is it's our tool. That's the way we deliver service. Is there anybody at this moment in this room that would love to stand up and this be your herb with your name? Is there anyone here that would like to do that? Is there anybody? This is joyful giving. Anybody? No one. All right, I may have caught you off guard, so here's what we're going to do. I might.
You mean you don't think they were prepared to spend $150,000 at one whack? Yeah.
I want them to talk at their table, and maybe you can put together a syndicate, and we could have that for you, okay? And you can see Rick and I afterwards. All right, that's it, Rick.
But you know what the Red Cross would do as well? If they did $150,000, they could do it over 3 years.
Oh my God,
they
3
could do
years?
$50,000 a year for 3 years.
It's a time pay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Is there anyone who would like to do that? Have the name on the herb. This is your herb at $150,000, but you can break it out over a 3-year period. Is there anyone here that would do that? Okay.
Okay,
Let's
let's
move
go.
on.
Let's roll.
All right. So let me just throw this out. How about just somebody who's making a donation for $25,000? Who here tonight would write a check to this wonderful organization for $25,000? I've got bidder number 113 right here at $25,000, and thank you so much. That is a great start. Thank you. Yes, big round of applause.
Right here, Rhonda.
Over here, all right.
Thank you to the stairs. Thank you so much.
We have to see this. Rhonda, thank you so much. $25,000. Thank you so much. Now, if it is really important, you do get a blinky every time you make a donation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Who else at $25,000? Is there anyone else here who is so moved to support this organization that would write a check tonight for $25,000? Anyone else at $25,000? Anyone else? Okay.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Okay, Elizabeth, thank you very much. You've already done so much.
Thank
You
you.
do so much for the organization. Thank you so much.
So much. She's done so much already, and she and her husband are stepping up again. Thank you so much for
All
what
right.
you do for our community.
We are getting there. Okay. So, anyone else at $25,000? This will be the last time around for $25,000. You can ask the few people who have given it $25,000. They felt so good doing that. Join them. Get that good feeling. Anybody else at $25,000? Okay. How about $10,000? Who here tonight would make a donation for $10,000? Who here tonight? It's $10,000 is what we're looking for right now. $10,000. We do have a donor at $10,000. They are not here tonight, but give them a big round of applause so they can hear you. So we do have one at $10,000, but we need more. We need more. We have to get to that mark where we can finance an herb tonight and the 2 other vehicles as well. Anybody at $10,000? Is there anyone here at $10,000? Right here. Okay. Thank you very much. $10,000. Thank you so much.
Cindy, thank you so much. Thank you, Cindy, for your generous donation. Thank you. And Charlie, thank you, sir.
All right. He might have had something to do with it, yes. Okay.
She's prettier. Sorry, I had to say her.
Money.
You know, 100 years from now, it's not going to make any difference. This is appropriate, too, at the 100th anniversary. It's not going to make any difference what kind of car you drove or how big your house was or how much money you had in your bank account. But if you can make a difference in the life of someone, and right here with Jill, you made a difference in her life. In 1973, we had our house burned down. It was still smoldering when Red Cross drove up our driveway and offered us food and offered us clothing and a place to stay that night. 6 kids plus the parents. So, I mean, this touches home and it stays right here. So one last time, is there anyone else at $10,000? Anybody else at $10,000? I heard an all right, but $5,000. How about $5,000? Who here tonight would make a donation for $5,000? We got bidder number 200. Bidder number 200 at $5,000, and thank you. Bidder number 201 at $5,000, and thank you so much for that. Bidder number 202 at $5,000. Thank you. Bidder number 308 at $5,000, and thank you very much for that as well. At this table, we've got bidder number 131 at $5,000. We've got bidder number 143, bidder number 143, and thank you so much at $5,000.
Back here, Rick.
190, bidder number 190 at $5,000. Bidder number 190. Anyone else? Bidder number 183 at $5,000, and thank you. Okay, so over here we have bidder number 121, and thank you so much. Bidder number 122. Thank you for that. And over here we have bidder number 291. Bidder number 291 at $5,000. Bidder number 288 at $5,000. Bidder number 285, I love your hair, at $5,000. Bidder number 269 at $5,000, and thank you so much. Wonderful. We got bidder number 106 at $5,000. We have bidder number 104. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
At $5,000. Bidder number 104. Thank you so much. Anyone else at $5,000? We got bidder number 177 over here at $5,000, and thank you for that. Is there anybody else? Yes, we got a lot of blinging happening here. Let's fill the room with blinging. Anybody else at $5,000? Is there anyone else here at $5,000? Okay, how about $2,500? $2,500.
Oh, we got a $5,000.
Another $5,000 and 143. $5,000. $5,000. Bidder 2,500. 2,500. Well,
Busboy Bob.
It was worth a
Busboy
shot.
Bob. Thank you, sir.
Bidder number 130 at $2,500. Thank you, Bob. $2,500. Bidder number 204, and thank you for
sir.
that. Bidder number 204. Bidder number 127 at $2,500, and I thank you for that. Bidder number 265 at $2,500. Thank you so much. Bidder number 363 at $2,500. Bidder number 264 at $2,500.
Rick, back over here, we have one.
All right.
This beautiful lady here.
Bidder number 306.
Thank you.
Bidder number 306 at $2,500. Also, bidder number 302.
Thank you,
Bidder
sir.
number 302 at $2,500. Bidder number 305 at $2,500. Bidder number 305 at $2,500. We have bidder number 203. Thank you very much. Bidder number 203 at $2,500. Bidder number 144 at $2,500, and thank you for that. Bidder number 144, $2,500. Bidder number 224, thank you for standing up there with that. Bidder number 224 at $2,500. Also, bidder number 118, and I thank you so much. Bidder number 118 at $2,500. Is there anyone else at $2,500? Right here, bidder number 101, thank you, at $2,500. Bidder number 101, $2,500. Wow, I'm having a great time here. It's not my money, but all right, so anybody else at $2,500? We have one back here at $2,500 too. We've got bidder number 300. Bidder number 300 at $2,500. Last call around for $2,500. You've probably picked up the pattern here. We're going to ask for $1,000 right now. $1,000, and I'm going to work from right to left. $1,000. Who here tonight would make a donation for $1,000? We have bidder number 132 at $1,000. Bidder number 139
Thank you,
at
sir.
$1,000. Bidder number 146 at $1,000. Bidder number 188 at $1,000. Back here, we have bidder number 309 at $1,000. Bidder number 307 at $1,000, and I thank you for that. Anyone else over here at 1,000? Anybody else? Bidder number 146 at $1,000. Bidder number 146. Thank you so much.
Alan Cohn, no bidding card.
Alan Cohn, $1,000. Thank you so much, Alan. I appreciate that.
I think back in the corner there, Rick.
In the back over here, we
Straight
have bidder
ahead.
number, hold it up, 160. Bidder number 160 at $1,000. Bidder number 152 at $1,000. Bidder number 150 at $1,000. Bidder number 162. Bidder number 162 at $1,000. 152 at $1,000. Bidder number 152. Moving over here, we got bidder number 108. Bidder number 108 at $1,000, and thank you so much. Bidder number 115 at $1,000. Bidder number 112 at $1,000. Bidder number 226.
Thank you, sir.
226 at $1,000. Anyone else at $1,000? Anyone else?
In the middle here.
In the middle
Lots
here.
Of them.
We've got bidder number 123 at $1,000, and thank you. Bidder number
Thank you, sir.
290. Bidder number
You don't wanna wear
290
that?
at $1,000. Bidder number 301 at $1,000. Bidder number 126 as well, and thank you so much. Bidder number 303 at $1,000. Bidder number 303. Anyone else at $1,000? Every single dollar counts. Every single dollar. You saw the results. You see that it stays local here. It affects
Somebody back
lives.
here, Rick. This nice lady here.
138 at $1,000. 138. We got you at $1,000, and thank you. Okay, anyone else at 1,000? Because we're taking it down one more level to $500. So who here tonight would do $500? I'll start on this side of the room this time. I've got bidder number 119 at $500. Thank you. Bidder number 119. Bidder number 107 at $500. Thank you. Bidder number 242.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bidder number 242 at $500. Bidder number
Thank you, ma'am.
245 at $500. Thank you so much. Bidder number 243. Bidder number 243 at $500. Bidder number, well, we won't see it, I guess. Anyone else over here at $500? I got bidder number 274
Thank you,
at
ma'am.
$500. Bidder number 274, and thank you so much. Anyone else at $500? $500? Anyone else? Bidder number 197 at $500. I thank you so much. Bidder number 187 at $500. Thank you for that. Bidder number 187. Anyone else at $500? Is there anyone else? Okay. We still need more. We still need more. We still need a few more. You know something? All right, this bidder number 206 at $500. Thank you so much. We need about 5 more people at $500 to hit our goal for tonight. Anyone else at $500 or $1,000? I see that. Yes. Anybody? I've got bidder number 168 for $500, and thank you
sir.
very much. I've got bidder number 184 at $500. Thank you so much. Bidder number 194 at $500. Bidder number 196 at $500. Bidder number 195 at $500. Bidder number 208 at $500. Bidder number 185 at $500. Bidder number 185. Who else?
Over here, Rick. Back here.
All right. Oh, perfect. Bidder number 287. I've been waiting for you all night at $500. Thank you so much. Thank you very
And
much
back
for that.
here, Rick.
Also over here, we got bidder number 325.
Thank
Bidder
you,
number
sir.
325.
Oh, I
$500?
think back here in the corner.
Bidder number 279. Bidder number 279 at $500. Thank you so much for
And
that. Bidder
somebody
number
back here,
279. And we have bidder number 209.
Thank you. Thank
Bidder
you,
number
sir.
209 at $500. 209. Where are we at, Melanie?
Rick, we have one more here,
Oh.
maybe. No? Oh, she put it down.
Okay, hold on, Grand.
Okay.
Drum roll.
We're going to see if we've hit our goal or not. We were very close before that last round. Yeah. Okay. Shh. You know, on behalf of all the moms and dads and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and grandmothers and grandfathers that are affected when tragedy strikes, I want to say thank you. But especially for the kids, I want to say thank you very much. Give yourself a big round of applause. We just financed the IRV and the 2 vehicles. We hit our goal. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a proper welcome to our wonderful, beautiful chair, Elizabeth Starr.
And I have the most important thing to say other than thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let the celebration begin.